defensive line show. They had great defense. They won on defense, special teams, offense, coaching. They won in every aspect of that game. Urban Meyer.
This little blue stripe right there, and I always like the relics with the nice blue, with the nice stripe down them.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the Super Bowl 53 betting odds, basically just the spread and the over-under and what you need to know to bet on Super Bowl 53. Super Bowl every year from the NFL and from any sporting event is the most gambled on sporting event, and now with the sports books all over the place, now that it being legal all across the United States, so places like Pittsburgh and Columbus, and I'm just talking about places in my area, places across the country like Miami and Dallas and all those places. Now that they have their sports books, it's going to be even easier to bet on Super Bowl 53. So the Super Bowl this year, it's going to be highly betted on more than ever now that there are sports books all across the country, that it's going to be so easy to bet. So betting numbers are going to go drastically up this year, so you're of course going to want to know some stats and the numbers going into Super Bowl 53 if you're going to want to bet on it. And this is the video for you, just the basic spread and the over/under and things and stats you need to know and things like that. So we're going to get right into this. We're going to start with the spread, which the spread this year, it's very interesting about the spread. It's -2.5. New England is at a -2.5 on the spread, which is interesting because that's just under 3 points, which is the total of a field goal, which many games end in a field goal or greater by the end of the point margin. Both of these teams, their end result, they have not had a game that has ended. New England has had one game that ended in 1 point. It was the Miami Miracle. But aside from that, the Rams, they haven't had a game that has ended with less than 3 points being the difference. New England, they've had one game in that was Miami Miracle. So, if you're going to want to bet the spread on this one, you're going to have to go. You're going to pretty much, the spread means you're going to have to go with the team that you think is going to win outright. Say you think the Rams are going to win outright, you're going to have to bet them on the spread. Say you think the Patriots are going to win outright, you're going to have to bet them on the spread. Because the spread is just so small this year, it's very surprising. The spread is under a field goal margin, so you're going to have to go with the team that you think is going to win outright. I would go with the Patriots if I were betting this one, but of course I'm not old enough to gamble yet. But if you are and you're going out and gambling and betting on the Super Bowl, you're going to want to, if you're betting the spread, you're going to want to go with the team you want to think is outright. I'm just going to throw a couple of stats at you just because, if you want to know this, then it's going to be interesting to know. New England wins by 11 points on average this season, and they win by 4 points on average per Super Bowl win. So they average 4 points per Super Bowl win. They average 4 points, a 4-point margin on their Super Bowl wins. They average 11 points. They average an 11-point difference per win this season, which is a little bit above 2.5. But their New England Super Bowls, they're pretty close. Their shortest margin was 3 points, not 2.5 or 2 or 1. So whatever team you think is going to win outright is the team you're going to want to bet for Super Bowl 53. Next on to the over and under. It is 56.5 this year, which with the offensive takeover in the NFL, of course you're going to think that's a low number, especially with New England and Los Angeles. They have such diverse and dynamic offenses with Jared Goff at quarterback and Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson at running back for the Los Angeles Rams. In New England, they've got the GOAT, Tom Brady, at quarterback. They've got Rex Burkhead and Sony Michel and a two-headed monster at running back as well. They've got a nice wide receiving core with Julian Edelman and Danny Amendola. They have a nice tight end in Rob Gronkowski. So you would think, this is going to be an offensive game, but an interesting stats to note, New England has only had 6 games this season where themselves and the team they are playing across the field have combined for 56-plus points, which is 33% of the time for New England. So that can mean either one of two things. You have to look at the scores for New England. That can mean either one, they have a good defense, which is holding teams, or 2, their offense isn't as dynamic, which I think you're going to have to go with number 1, that their defense has been stopping dynamic offenses all over the place, but not dynamic offense. They haven't played really dynamic offenses all season. The best offense that they played and stopped, I would say, was the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that wasn't such a good offense this year with all the dysfunctional problems that was going on there. They had given up 40 points to the Chiefs the first meeting, and then at Arrowhead they gave up 31 points, allowing them to score a good amount of their points at the fourth quarter. So their defense is holding up, but they cannot really finish out games. They've had to rely on their offense to finish out games. For the Rams, not much better. 7 games with 56-plus points, which is 39%. So Los Angeles has only had 7 games where they and the other team across the field have combined for 56-plus points, which, if you think about it, their offense has been really good this year, but they have had a lot of close games. So their defense in the clutch against good offenses, it doesn't really seem like they can get the job done, but I feel like they could be able to get the job done against the Patriots, but that's for another video. So you look at it and you think the Rams, both their teams play at pretty much the same level. If you got an offensive, you got defenses, stop every possession, like a stop from, let's go, stop from the Patriots, stop from the Rams, stop with the Patriots, stop from the Rams. That's how the Rams season has gone. But if it goes touchdown Patriots, touchdown Rams, touchdown Patriots, touchdown Rams, whatever happens, you wouldn't be surprised. So it's going to be tough to bet the over-under because it's so accurate. But with the way each defense has played under these kind of pressure situations, I would bet the under in this one. I know it's surprising, but I personally would bet the under. You guys can bet whatever you want. Both these teams under 40% when themselves and their opponents score 56-plus points combined. So I would bet the under on this one just because of those numbers. You guys can bet whatever you want, but, that's personally my opinion. So that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching this. Hope this helped you guys out with your Super Bowl 53 betting and things you're going to do of that nature. I didn't go over the weird betting, like the betting odds that they do every year with like basketball and football crossovers and betting on the coin toss and how long the national anthem is going to go and all those betting odds. Those, I don't really pay attention to those, so I just pay attention to the spread and the over-under, the basic things when you gamble on a football game that you pay attention to. So, again, hope this helped you guys out with your Super Bowl 53 betting and gambling and things you're going to do of that. So, enjoy Super Bowl 53 and your gambling. Hope everything goes well for you guys. And until next time, again, thank you for watching this video.